Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Angels in Politics broadcast. And remember, you are the news, and you're all I care about. Um, I am the creative and artistic manifestation of Angels in Politics, but you knew that already. And there is a message that I have for you, or that I would like to uh, discuss with you. First and foremost, how you had your breakfast. Okay, what about your dinner? Have you had your dinner, your lunch? If you have, just let me know. I would be interested in hearing about it. Um, right now, it's a good feeling because I'm directly underneath the sunlight, and I'm feeling those. I'm feeling that direct, like, uh, energy source permeate through my vessel, and I can feel the vibrations in the crown area, the crown chakra. Um, This is cleansing your aura, cleansing your pineal gland, and I definitely need that moving forward in life. Um, so yeah, that would be important. Also, I'm standing next to these flowers, and not just any flowers, the roses. So these are the buds, the budding rose, as you can see. And there are times when you see it and it's flourished, and seeing the flourishing of the rose or the bloom, and the colors, and how they are. I don't know. It's cyclical. There's the times where you'll see the bright petals, and as the flowers open and grow and mature, and then through time those petals fall and dissolve and disintegrate or decompose, and then we're back from the beginning, just at the stem and the vine, and then it's another process and cycle of a new flower, and the opening and the budding of the rose. And I think that's indicative of our life, of how we move in our daily comings and goings, because there are moments whereby we feel like, oh man, I'm on, and I'm self-actualized, and I'm popping, and I'm doing the right things, or I'm in a good space. And that might be for a split second, that might be for a moment, that might be at like a time in in our lives whereby things are really good, maybe personally, as far as our relationships, as far as our career paths, our jobs, as far as our children, if you have them, grandchildren, like if you're like me, if you have, creative projects you're working on, if you're writing something, if you're playing something, if you're building something, you might be making progress and headway, and you're like, dude, this is it. Like, I'm actually I'm doing something that's productive, and I'm seeing the the progress. I'm actually experiencing the benefits and the merits of my effort that has been um, allocated, expressed, conveyed, um, and we like that. We're overjoyed when we actually see, like, hey, I studied for a test and I made a good grade on it. But just like how the flower decomposes, and the petals fall. Um, that's a part of life in which it's like, hey, we have been working so hard. I have been exercising. I have been running. I've been, reading. I've been doing all of the right things. But why am I still facing this adversity? Why is this obstruction still uh, representing itself, or reemerging in life, and I can't seem to shake it. I can't seem to overcome this hurdle. what is wrong in my life in which I'm still like, almost like metaphorically. I hope you're not physically beating your head against the wall, but why does it feel like my head is going against this brick wall and I can't seem to shake this relationship, or it doesn't seem to get better, or we keep going through the same things, and why am I being treated this way at my workplace? Why isn't my manager, my executive, my boss, my my coworkers, why my family members, my friends, why are they not appreciating what I'm doing for them, and what I'm presenting, what I'm creating, how I provide my the provisions that I have, that I give. Why aren't they appreciative of those things? Why aren't they respectful? Why aren't they responsive? Why is it not resonating? And it's important to hold on to that feeling, to fully engage those feelings, and I would say delve deeper, go deeper, fully immerse yourself in that moment, because that's where you'll start to find the answers. That's where you'll trigger parts of your brain, and the mental cognition, and those wheels start churning, and you start to figure out, or come into um, an understanding, or you're able to uh, get in contact with parts of yourself, parts of your psychology, your mentality, your attitude, those constant, incessant mental fluctuations of the brain that kind of can take you, those thought patterns that take you from here to there, and it prevents you from being concentrated and focusing. Through that time, you're able to like really determine like what is up with me, and why do I feel this way, and how can I improve. And through that time, through meditation, through prayer, through that self-effacing moment, through reflections, through talking to other people, asking them, how can you see me, how can I improve, how can I better myself. I'm into betterment, I'm into development, I'm into enhancement, I'm into cultivation. I'm keen about just being my optimal self. That is to me the ultimate measure, or the ultimate test of who you will become as an individual. It's not just going to be like, oh, this is me when my hair is done and my makeup is on, or my clothes are, fully like pressed and kitted out, and I have the brand new kits and fits, and I have the bedazzled fucking jewels and all kind of, like, we get it. You might have that, and you might be cool, and you might be popping, and you might be, you know, the the best thing since, pick a metaphor. It's like you might be all of those things, but truly, like, we'll know who you are when adversity comes. We truly know who you are when the pain, the suffering, the tyranny comes. The chaos is brought to your front doorstep, because motherfucker, it will be. You feel what I'm saying? Malevolence is inevitable. Um, you know, Challenges, obstructions, despair, um, contention, dissension, all of these things are going to be uh, a part of your life. And what you're doing now is, the same way that the rose and the flowers and the petals, as you see yourself opening up and flourishing and blooming, that is just a way for you to improve yourself, to actualize, to open yourself. But the breaking down part is how you can recreate yourself to become stronger, to become more effective, to be more efficient, to be more articulate, to be more concise, to be more, do you understand what I'm saying? To be more clear, to have clarity in your life, to provide yourself with a structure. These are the tools that are being learned, and this is a learned skill. These are tools that are gained through going into the darkness, and the darkness isn't just a metaphor. The darkness is you. The darkness is your shadow. The darknesses are your inadequacies, your ineptitudes, your flaws, your fallacies, your the misconceptions, the presuppositions that you have, believed to be true, and it's not, because you have a growth mindset now, and now you're expansive, and now you have the cognitive flexibility to adapt, and now you're adopting new ways of being, and now you're moving, and now you're open, and now you're reading, and now you're truly surrendering your ego, your pride to the universal laws of nature, because you say, God, I know there is something for me that is better than what I am experiencing now. And trust me, there is. Don't trust me, trust yourself. So you will bloom and you will flourish. And whenever that brightness, and when you feel fully at your best, always have that in the back of your head. Oh, there's going to be the time where my petals aren't going to be blooming like this. There's going to be times where I'm not going to be fully vibrant and vivacious and you know bright, so to speak. There's going to be times where it's going to be a little bit dark, but I'm ready for it. Now I'm prepared. Now I have my game face on, and that's where you want to be. That's where you really want to be. Namaste. Namaskar.